What's up, Soul Squad? What's up, Soul Squad? Welcome to the channel. Y'all, we are doing a classic. We are doing some cinnamon rolls by scratch. I haven't done homemade cinnamon rolls in 6 years. So, I think it's time to do some homemade cinnamon rolls with a twist. Okay? With a twist. Not the ones I made 6 years ago, but these some new of the day 2024 cinnamon rolls because TikTok made me do it. Alright, guys, before we get started, you saw the thumbnail, so you know they came out great. Okay, so I need to do what? Hit that intro. Okay, guys, we're going to start off with all-purpose flour. We're going to start off with 4 cups. And we're going to measure it out. Now, remember, we're baking. I may not measure when I'm seasoning, but when I'm baking, yeah, it's some measuring going on, okay? And what type of all-purpose flour you use, it's up to you. But I'm using 4 cups. I got this from Walmart. It's a Walmart. Oh, gosh. I just make a mess. I should have my flour just already pre-out. Pre-measured. Y'all hearing all the rattling, all the noise. But it's all good. That's 3 and 4. 4 cups, okay? So that is our flour. Since we don't have fast active yeast, what we're going to do, we're going to have to let our yeast bloom. So to this flour, I am going to add a half a teaspoon of salt because I'm not doing a teaspoon. I just don't like salt. But we need salt because we are baking. It helps offset the flavor, the sweetness in our in everything. So with that being said, I am doing 1/3 cup of sugar. I'm doing 1/3 cup of sugar to this. And 1/3 cup of sugar. And we're gonna set this to the side. And we're gonna work on our yeast. Okay, guys, I got right here. We're gonna need 1 cup of liquid. Right here, I got a half a cup of water. And to this, I'm going to add a half a cup of whole milk, which is going to raise this from a half a cup of water up to 1 cup. And we're going to have our 1 cup of liquid. So we got our 1 cup of liquid. That's a half a cup of water and a half a cup of milk. And we got our 1 cup of liquid. This need to be lukewarm. So what I'm going to do, I'm place in the microwave like a 40 or 50 seconds. And then I'm going to put my sugar and my yeast in here. And we're going to let it bloom. And when it bloom, it means when it get all frosty and frost up. And that's going to take anywhere about 5 to 8 minutes to do that. All right, guys, my milk is hot. I'm going down. I forgot I'm using 2 packs of this yeast. So I'm going in with 1 tablespoon of sugar. And this is the yeast that I'm using right here. And I'm using 2 packs, which will make this, because I think each pack is like 2.5 teaspoons. So just use 2 packs in this recipe. I move slow. And make sure your butter is at room temperature. There we go. And we're going to stir this. I always want to stir. You don't have to. But We're going to come back when this gets frosty and bloom and it's warm. We know this is some good yeast. All right, guys, I'm back. So, again, this is a half a teaspoon of salt, 4 cups of all-purpose flour, 1/3 cup of sugar. And I'm just going to mix it up with my hands, just because she's doing this with her hand. I ain't got time. I ain't pulling out the stand mixer, okay? Now, this is what I want you guys to look at. That's mixed up well. Look at this. This is how you know your yeast is good. If you're not using instant yeast and you're using the regular dry yeast, and if it does not bloom like this, that means you got bad yeast. This milk is still warm. The yeast is bloom. That means it's activated. That means it's ready to be used. So what we're going to do is that we're going to pour this into our wet ingredient. I'm going to go ahead, crack in 1 large egg to that. And since my butter is still a little bit warm, I'm going to go ahead and add in 1 teaspoon of vanilla just because I can. And that's how I like it. And I'm going to start stirring it up. Next, I'm going to stir the egg up. I don't want that butter to hit my egg. We're not trying to cook it. I got 6 tablespoons of unsalted melted butter. And we're going to stir it up. And now, I'm going to go back in with all of my milk and my yeast. And we're going to get this stirred up together so we could get it on. It's nice and warm, guys, the way you want it to be. We're going to get this all stirred up together so that I can put it on my surface and I can knead it even more. And I'm just kneading in my liquid. Now, sometimes it takes a cup and a half. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to warm it up because your liquid has to be warm. And I think I need just a little bit more. There's a little bit more milk. And that's why you always go little. I'm going to wash my hands. I'm going to warm up a half a cup of milk. Because I did use 4 cups of flour, and typically I use 3 cups. But I use 4 cups of flour, so I need that extra. So I'm going to warm up a half a cup of milk, and we're going to use that. Okay, guys, so I'm going in with this warm milk. It's a half a cup. I want to get all of that. See, I want a sticky dough. I want my dough sticky. There we go. You didn't need that much. You didn't use a half a cup. So basically, guys, what I need you to do with this recipe is that you are going to use 1 cup. It's going to be a half a cup of water, a half a cup of milk. But I want you to have about 2 tablespoons of warm milk sitting to the side. Because after you mix it up, and you see what I did? I didn't pour back that much milk in here. And it took it just where I wanted. I wanted this right here. I wanted this sticky. If it's not sticky like this on your hand, that means that it don't have enough milk in it. See, look at that. Now we're going to do this, guys, because we're going to go knead this on our counter surface. Now, if you have a stand mixer, in which I do, I just didn't want to do that right now. And once you knead it with the dough hook, you wouldn't have to knead it on your surface. But since we didn't do it that way and we're doing old school, we're using our hands, we're going to do a little bit of kneading work. But not that much, but just enough to make these some good cinnamon rolls. So we're about to add some flour. Guys, we're about to add some flour down. And I'm coming in with my dough. Nice and sticky, the way I want it. And this is going to the side because we need to let our dough rise. Get some flour on my hand. So we could do what we do. We want to work the gluten up in this dough. And that's what we're doing. And you're not need, it's like the push back of your hand. You're going to do like this and you're going to push. Fold and push. We're going to fold and you're going to push. You're going to fold and you're going to push. With the back part of your hand. And you feel it getting tough because it's doing a bounce back. Because that's we building up our gluten in our dough. And that's what you want. Some people get satisfaction out of it. So we're just building up and we're kneading and flipping. We're kneading and flipping. That's my people in my background, y'all. And we're going to do this like for 10 minutes. And I'm going to show y'all what it should look like afterwards. Okay, guys, I'm finished kneading this. And this is what I wanted to do. When you stick your finger in there, you want that pushback. Guess what? That dough is ready, baby. And what we're going to do, we're going to take the same bowl that dough was in. I put a little bit of oil in here. And I'm going to grease it up. And we're going to stick that dough in here. So it can do what? It can rise. We're going to let this sit. I'm going to cover it. Let it sit for an hour. Put it in my microwave. Okay, guys, look at that rise in the microwave for 1 hour. But before we punch it down and let the air out, let's mix some cinnamon sugar that we're going to use in this recipe. But the rise, 1 hour, guys. Look at that, good. Okay, guys, so I'm going in with my cinnamon. Oh, I'm eyeballing this, okay? I'm making cinnamon rolls, people. So I'm going to say about a cup of brown sugar. We're going in with a cup of brown sugar, y'all, okay? A whole cup of, I'm using light brown sugar here. If you want to use dark brown sugar, that's on you. I will be measuring out my cinnamon dough. I'm going to go in with 1 tablespoon. Not teaspoon. But God, this is a process. I was on the phone with my family and she said, "You making cinnamon rolls?" I said, "Yeah, girl." I said, "It's my hour up. Let me go check on them." She said, "Oh, you making them by scratch? Why you ain't been married?" I said, "Okay." But yeah, so we're going to use, I'm trying to make sure I measure out my cinnamon, y'all. I'm measuring out my cinnamon. See, I want to use 1 tablespoon. And I might use 2 tablespoons because this is 2 cups. I'm just 1 cup of brown sugar. But let me stir it up real good. I'm going to get that cinnamon all up in there. And some people layer different. They'll do their butter, their sugar, then they cinnamon, or they'll do their butter, their cinnamon, then their sugar. I'm just like, just go ahead and just, just do the cinnamon sugar together. But I'm going to show y'all what I'm going to do. I'm only going to use 1 cup of cinnamon. Why I keep saying cup? Y'all, tablespoon. This is a cup of brown sugar and 1 tablespoon of cinnamon because I'm going to show y'all what I'm going to do. I'm still going to sprinkle cinnamon on top of my butter. Then I'm going to add the cinnamon brown sugar. These are going to be some good cinnamon rolls, okay? So what we're going to do now is that we're about to do our rollout process. But my 1 cup of brown sugar, 1 tablespoon of cinnamon is ready. All right, y'all. We're going to do what? We're going to punch down, deflate. We're deflating that. We're deflating that. Look at that. Getting all the air out of them. It's deflated. Move that right there. Some flour. Then my surface big enough. And down she goes. Up. Down she go. And what we about to do, get my rolling pin, because I am done with her. Let's get this rolling pin. Flour up this rolling pin. And we just gonna roll. I'm gonna roll her out, y'all. Yeah, she moving with me. I'm trying to stay at an angle where you guys can see her. You're gonna roll her out. Look, I thought I moved everything now. Y'all see? She rolled out. Let me get my softened. I don't have a pastry brush. So I got some unsalted butter softened. I'm going to use the back of a spoon. Or you can use a butter knife. Whatever you choose. And just get that butter all in there, y'all. Make sure your butter, which is unsalted, I just use a little bit of a butter that I already had open. Put on the back of a spoon. No, I'm not using the whole thing. But I'm going to make sure that she is buttered, y'all. Okay? I'm going around the edges. You see that? Butter down. I'm going to show it to y'all. So y'all can see. She buttered down. Okay. Now, I'm going to take my cinnamon. And even though I got a cinnamon sugar, I'm just going to lightly put some cinnamon on here. Because I got a cinnamon sugar, okay? But okay. Look at her. Even though I put cinnamon sugar, I still lightly did what I did. Okay? Now, take my brown sugar cinnamon. I'm going all the way around the edges, y'all. This smells good. We'll clean up afterward. The mess is going to get clean. You know? Look at that. You master these, they're gonna be having you make cinnamon rolls. I'm telling you. All right, let me show y'all. Look at that. Now let's roll. And we're gonna roll from this edge. We're starting from here. I'm rolling and pulling. You want some mayo? You want some? See my big cinnamon roll? Look at that. I got a lot at the end. So guess what? There you go. It's my cinnamon roll, y'all. All right, let's get my knife. Got a greased aluminum pan, 9x13, that I'm using. I'm using a bread knife because guess what? I don't have no dental floss. And it's my cinnamon roll. I'm making big cinnamon rolls, y'all. I'm making big cinnamon rolls. Look at that. And the kind that make a cinnamon bun, I'm gonna smash them down like that. And this is what they looking like. And they gonna rise. And they do use dental floss. The kinds with no flavor. I might be making them too big. So, I'm gonna make it a little bit too big, y'all. But we're gonna have some big ones, and we're gonna have some small ones. I think I made them a little bit too big, but that's okay. We're gonna make some nice size normal ones. I made them too big. That's okay. Because you can fix things. See? I ain't gonna make them that big. I'm cutting them in half. I don't know what my eyes was doing, y'all. Because they most definitely gonna rise. And that baby would have been huge. But that's why I like, you know, I fixed it. See, look, no worries. That's too big. No worries, I got this. Then you want them to be a good size so they could cook evenly. Look at my cinnamon rolls. These babies gonna rise. Guess what? An hour. Back in my microwave and let them rise. They look good. Okay, y'all. It's been an hour. Look how them babies have risen. Look how they have risen. The rise is real. Now they're going in the oven. Guys, I forgot to tell y'all, yeah. I said I was going to use some. I'm trying to get down in the cracks, y'all. Because this thing is filled, okay? But I'm putting some heavy cream. You know that sensation, that video? My crack is all filled up. I'm gonna put this on the cookie sheet. So we get some heavy cream up in there. So we can do what? Like that viral sensation video. That's what we had to do. That's what I did. I forgot all about that, y'all. This is what it's looking like. I added in like 2 tablespoons of milk. And I stirred it up. And this is the consistency that I want, because when you put them things on here, when you put your cream cheese icing on them hot rolls, it's gonna melt. So I didn't want a thin cream cheese frosting. You see? Look at that, nice and thick. Now let's check on our cinnamon rolls. Let's see if we can get an angle with the powdered sugar. And I'm doing this by hand, y'all. Get that powdered sugar all up in there. I'm gonna give me a handheld mixer. So y'all, I gotta do this by hand. I need the room. I need to move around. I need to get into it. I can't do it leaning down like this. So we come back. This is gonna be mixed, cause I don't have nobody to hold the camera. So this is gonna be mixed. I gotta dig into this. So guys, these are our cinnamon rolls. Let's get the cream on them while they're nice and hot. As much cinnamon you want on them. As much cinnamon, as I said, much cinnamon. As much frosting as you want. Because it's going to melt. Gooey, ooey. I might have made them a little bit too big, but that's okay. Look at that. I tell you, they smell good, honey. They smell amazing. I don't know. Look at them cinnamon rolls, y'all. Who want one? They came out so good. Ooh. So ooey and gooey. Who like the corner piece? Oh, they hot. Mmm. Look at that. Look at that. They're hot. Mmm. Look at that. Y'all, they're hot. They're gooey. Look at that cinnamon roll. Mmm. Mmm, mmm, mmm. They are so good. Until my next video, guys, like, share, subscribe. Hit that bell to notify. Oh, they are so delicious. Check out my SoulfulT vlogs. Check out me on TikTok. Check out my sister, A New Life Journey. Y'all. Mmm. Mmm, mmm, mmm. Look at that. Mmm. So gooey delicious. Mmm.